Hello again, this is Sam Houston, and welcome to My Front Porch. True friendships never die. They survive in your heart. It's been a week of recollection and reminiscing about an old friend. Last Friday, I arrived home from work after running my traps on the way home, which included checking on Miss Jane at the rest home, picking up the cleaning, running into the drugstore, and stopping to get gas. It had been a long week, and I was determined to get home and relax. I was looking forward to pouring myself a libation and finding some peace and quiet on my back porch, listening to the water break as it pours from the creek into the lake. It was still daylight when my back pockets hit the deck chair, but the sun was determined to find its nighttime resting place as the day turned to dusk. The cool evening air caused me to reflect, and for some unknown reason, my mind drifted to my oldest friend, Rob. Rob and I began junior high and high school together. Later, we went off to college and pledged the same fraternity. He was captain of the high school football team, and I was captain of the basketball team. We were each other's biggest fans at every single game. When the time came, we double dated. We learned how to play poker, drank our first beer, and had our first discussions about the opposite sex. Whatever adolescent challenges life threw at us, we faced them, but we always faced them together. We were close. In some ways, we were closer than brothers because we weren't saddled with any sort of a sibling rivalry. We learned, experienced life, and found our way in the world. We always did it together. Our moms thought of both of us as sons. I don't think we ever had a fight. We always gave each other a rough time like young men do, but there was never a time when I felt like he wasn't there for me and me for him. Rob was always a good counsel and a stable influence to my somewhat wilder ways. We were a team, and nothing could come between us. I felt like I could get Rob elected to anything. He always had my vote. Once we graduated from college, we kept in touch, but slowly our lives were lived out in different places, doing different things in different ways. Nothing was ever said or discussed. We just moved on and proved that often humans live life in episodes. That sometimes, whether you want it to happen or not, a chapter in your book of life ends and another one simply begins. Even with our many years of separation, on a quiet night, I would think of my old friend and hope he was doing well. I'd think about our good times together and how much I valued him as a man, as a friend, and my old compañero. Last Friday night was one of those nights. It was comfortable and warm, and a smile was on my face as my mind rolled back through the years. Out of nowhere, I got a text from Rob the following Monday. Not sure how long since I'd heard from him, but when I looked down at my phone, there was a message. And for a second, my heart skipped a beat, and I hoped that nothing was wrong. Rob had heard from one of his fellow church members that they knew of a column that had been written a few years previously about our old high school coach. I was the fellow who wrote that story, and Rob wanted to have a copy. I dug through my archives, and I emailed the column to Rob the next day. I also sent him a note telling him how much I loved him and missed him. He responded, telling me how special our relationship was to him, that if we could find time to get together, there was no doubt our relationship would pick up where it had left off. I sent Rob an email this week trying to set a time when I would drop my work obligations and take off to go see him. I find myself standing just a little taller and having a little more bounce in my step because of the possibility of being with my old friend. We might even find a ball and a couple of gloves to play some catch in the grassy space in front of our fraternity house like we've done 1,000 times before, so many years ago. We might talk. Or we might just throw the ball back and forth. We wouldn't need to explain anything to each other or to anyone else. We would both already know. After all, we're old friends. Wouldn't that be something special? This week, reach out to your Rob and go and see him. I bet you'll be glad you did. Thought for the day. You can't make an old friend. You either have one or you don't. And if you do, you know it. Until next time, I'll keep riding the storm out.
You've been listening to From My Front Porch with Sam Houston. Brought to you by the Granbury Theater Company. You can catch Sam's column every week in the print edition of the Gatesville Messenger or online at gatesvillemessenger.com.